Morbid Maniacs, it's time for another spooky video, a part of Vlogtober. And for tonight's spooky video, we're going to be talking all about the legend of the Boohag. A Boohag is a creature which is very similar to the old hag in sleep paralysis, and it's also said to resemble some form of a vampire. The Boohag first came about in Gullah culture, but it's known in many different variations around the world. They are pretty much the same thing as the old hag. Unlike vampires, Boohags steal a person's breath rather than their blood. They are described as being skinless, bright red, muscle-like creatures with bulging blue veins and glowing eyes which shimmer much like a cat's. Sometimes they are described as having long white hair, and some have even considered them some form of an evil witch. The Boohag will usually hide out during the day unless they're wearing their previous victim's skin, in which case they will wear it as clothing and walk among us, and will have no clue that they're actually a Boohag. However, during the night, the hag will remove the skin and go on search for more victims whose skin it can steal. And once a Boohag finds a victim that it deems worthy enough, it will sneak in your home through the tiniest crevices, holes, and cracks. The hag will then position herself over the sleeping victim and suck out all of the air out of their lungs. This will cause the victim to become helpless, unable to move, and induce a dream-filled sleep. Now this sounds kind of wrong the way that I worded this, but I really didn't know how to get around it. But a Boohag is said to ride its victims all night long. Me too. The hag will usually leave its victims alive so that it can later come back and feed off more of that person's energy. However, if you wake to a Boohag sitting on your chest, it is said that you should not fight it. Fighting it will cause the Boohag to steal your skin. Once they've taken a victim's skin, they will fly off, as they have to be in their skin by dawn. If not, they will forever be trapped without it. Signs that a Boohag is near, or that you may have encountered one, are waking up in the morning, having a full good night's sleep, and feeling exhausted as if you hadn't slept at all. Waking up with shortness of breath, and it's said that the air will feel damp and hot and have a smell of rotting flesh. In Gullah culture, they believe that a person has a spirit and a soul. Once you die, your soul will either ascend to heaven or hell depending on the life that you lived. Your spirit will stay behind and help guide your descendants. If your soul stays and you are an evil or a bad person in life, it is said that you will transform into a Boohag. The Boohag is not known to have many weaknesses, but there are several things you can do to prevent an attack. In Gala culture, it is believed that if you paint your windowsills or the outside of your home a indigo blue, or a haint blue as they called it, that a Boohag will not be able to enter it. Painting your home this color was said to ward away evil spirits, as they are believed to think that they have stumbled into a body of water or have been swept away by the window or killed by the sun. Salt is another known way to rid a hag. A Boohag will not return if it has salt on its skin. Sprinkling salt on a hag as it sits on top of you is said to cause it to die within the next morning. However, this is said to be a very difficult thing to do. The creature is also said to be very compulsive and is said to be repelled by you leaving a broom or a strainer or a hairbrush, some sort of item that has a lot of like bristles on it, outside your door. The hags are said to count every single bristle on the item. Leaving them around is said to trick the hag into sitting there counting each bristle or strand so it will not reach its skin before dawn. But Boohags can count rather quickly, so it's said that you should keep several of these items laying around. It's also said that if you put needles and dry skin into a jar, that this will also repel a Boohag. But who wants to collect their dry skin in a mason jar? That's gross. Or you can also sleep with a fork under your pillow. It's said that they also can't stand the smell of gunpowder. So there was the legend of the Boohag. What do you guys think of this creepy urban legend? Personally, I think it's kind of funny, but it's also really creepy because sleep paralysis is something that's always intrigued me. And just the story of the old hag, I've never actually experienced her for myself, knock on wood. She just seems to be a very creepy figure, and I remember watching an episode of, I think it was Ghostly Encounters, of this girl who kept being woke up or kept awake by the old hag in sleep paralysis, and it was terrifying. Like, it was probably one of the creepiest episodes I think I've ever seen. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. But let me know what you guys would do if you ever encountered a Boohag for yourself. Have you ever encountered the old hag during an episode of sleep paralysis? I would love to know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already and become a morbid maniac. And be sure to hit that bell notification, that way you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And if you were not aware already, I now have an OnlyFans account where I will be posting all of my sexier content. So if you were interested in that, the link is always in the description box below, so you can go check that out. And I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.